Remote surgeries using robotics are no longer science fiction. In China, a surgeon removed a lung tumor from a patient even though they were more than 3,000 miles apart. The procedure was done using two machines. The Chinese surgeon was in Shanghai operating one of the machines. He could see the patient through dual-lens glasses that transmitted images from a camera. The scalpel was controlled using two handles with multiple joints. These handles can precisely reproduce the surgeon's movements, have increased mobility, and don't shake. The patient was lying in an operating room 3,000 miles away under the other machine, which received commands from Shanghai. Within an hour, the tumor was removed. The process was recorded on video and went viral, so you're now watching historic footage. This technology is not only being practiced on Earth. Remote surgeries using the Space Mirror robot are already being tested on the International Space Station. If an astronaut falls ill and needs urgent surgery, doctors on Earth can help remotely. The robot, with two arms capable of gripping small objects, can cut a blood vessel, stitch it up, and provide other emergency care. Unlike existing models, this one weighs only 2 pounds. Experiments with controlling the robot and performing remote surgeries have already been successful, even though the signal travels 250 miles from the satellite. This technology will be useful not only in space but also in rural areas or in regions where military conflicts occur and there aren't enough specialists. Here are other achievements related to medical interventions. The company Synchron has implanted a special chip into the brain cortex of a 64-year-old paralyzed man. The minimally invasive surgery was done through a blood vessel. Thanks to this, the patient can control the Apple Vision Pro cursor without using gestures or voice commands. The system received commands directly from the person's brain. This intervention will be very useful for patients with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and other users who can't move their hands or have lost their voice due to injuries. With this wireless connection to the Apple Vision Pro, they can watch movies, use apps, and gain greater independence from external help. The world is consuming more and more electricity, so sustainable production is necessary. Large nuclear power plants are expensive and can't be built everywhere. Moreover, gas and coal power plants emit carbon. The just-invented micromodular reactors from USNC can replace them. They use innovative uranium fuel and are compact so they can be placed underground at industrial sites or near urban areas. One reactor generates up to 15 megawatts of electricity and is designed to operate for 40 years. Cooling is done with gas, releasing up to 45 megawatts of heat, which can be used for heating nearby buildings. Micromodular reactors run on special TRISO fuel. They are spherical uranium particles. Each grain is encased in a ceramic shell, creating a small pressure vessel. The microcapsule fuel is enclosed in a cylindrical silicon carbide shell. It is designed to withstand temperatures up to 1600 degrees. This design provides increased stability when heated, significantly improving safety compared to regular uranium. Thanks to 3D printing with silicon carbide, fuel elements of any shape can be made, not only for modular civilian reactors, but even for aerospace rockets and the defense industry. Clean drinking water is not available everywhere. For example, it is not found in the sea or the desert. But water molecules are an essential part of the air. With a new invention, it's possible to extract water from the surrounding air we breathe. The innovative material is called MOF. It's a power made up of many pores that increase the contact area. As air passes through it, moisture condenses, forming water droplets. The material can absorb up to 10 ounces of moisture per day per 2.2 pounds of its weight. And this works even at low humidity of just 10%. The material is reusable with an unlimited number of cycles for absorbing and releasing moisture. To collect the moisture from the porous material, a device called MOF was designed. It has a cylinder where the innovative material is arranged in discs, allowing air to circulate freely between the layers. Under the effect of sunlight, the air heats up and rises through the cylinder where it meets a thicker, cooler metal, causing the moisture to condense. The device is portable and fits in a regular bag. With this new technology, people will be able to get drinking water in dry and desert areas such as Death Valley in California. The company Weay has developed an innovative deep reality display which combines virtual reality with the real view. All of this is shown in a three-dimensional image with different distances for visual effects. The new display is integrated into a car and is designed to increase the driver's focus on the road. For example, if the distance to the car in front decreases, the display will show a red triangle. The system recognizes and highlights pedestrians, helping the driver notice them faster. It also shows the direction from which pedestrians are coming. Cameras track the car's position relative to the road markings, coloring the crossed line in red. The route is shown as a blue winding ribbon by the navigation system. When arriving at the destination, a large marker drops onto the specified spot. For passengers, the new display serves as entertainment, making long journeys less boring. Scientists from the University of California have developed the world's first flexible battery, which delivers 10 to 20 times more power than a typical lithium-ion battery. It uses silver zinc oxide. The uniqueness of this invention lies not only in its increased energy density per inch, but also in the way it's made. The battery is printed using a 3D printer. Special ink containing silver and zinc oxide is applied to a stable polymer film that can withstand up to 200 degrees. The film already has a cathode and anode on it. Thanks to this technology, the result is a powerful battery that is just slightly thicker than a sheet of paper. It can be bent, twisted, and deformed without losing its properties. This will allow the power sources to be adapted to the design of devices rather than the other way around. This is especially important for wearable devices that conform to the shape of the body, like watches, belts, etc. The problem with electric car motors is their large size, relatively low power, and limited range. But a new revolutionary technology from a company offers a completely new electric motor that is located in the car's wheel. It has two gear rotors that rotate simultaneously, with a stator in between that drives them. This innovative design provides an impressive torque of 2,400 Nm per wheel. Installing such motors in multiple wheels significantly increases the power. The developers claim that a car with this powertrain can travel up to 500 miles on a single charge, which is a huge improvement compared to current models. The motors were originally designed for mass production, and their size can be easily scaled for different vehicles, from passenger cars to SUVs. BMW participated in the development and agreed to test the new motors in their electric cars. The first tests have already been conducted on the new A-Classe Super Coupe, which was equipped with 4-wheel motors. Most electric bikes use lithium-ion batteries, which take a long time to charge. The Swiss company Hydro Ride Europe AG has introduced 2 new products to the market: an electric bike with hydrogen fuel cells and a portable charging station. The bike's battery looks like a 9.8-inch tall bottle, and one cell is enough for 37 miles of riding. The company offers several hydrogen-powered bikes with different frame designs. Some are convenient for commuting, while others are designed for mountain rides. The separate charging station produces 20 grams of hydrogen from clean water in 6 hours and is powered by solar energy. When the bike's battery runs out, the rider can simply remove it and replace it with a new one in just 3 seconds. The used cell is placed in the station and recharged again. Heart failure remains a leading cause of death worldwide. Until recently, a donor heart transplant was the only solution, but that required waiting in line for an uncertain amount of time. However, the Texas Institute and Bivacor have developed the world's first artificial heart made of titanium. What's more, a successful operation has already been performed to implant it into a human. The pump uses a magnetic rotor that replaces both failed ventricles of the heart. As a result, this vital artificial organ consists of just one moving disc. Blades on one side pump blood to the body to oxygenate the cells, while blades on the other side of the disc push blood to the lungs to remove carbon dioxide. The disc levitates in a magnetic field, freely rotating and surrounded only by blood. This significantly extends its lifespan compared to devices with bearings. In a remote part of the Pacific Ocean known as the Clarion-Clipperton Zone, there is a rich deposit of nickel and other valuable minerals. Over millions of years, these metals have gathered around grains of sand, forming small stones about the size of a potato. If an efficient collection system is developed, we could obtain a large supply of raw materials for producing electric car batteries. Metals Company has developed a method for extracting these stones from the ocean floor. They have designed machines that move along the seabed, operated remotely by operators from a ship. The machines collect the stones along with 2 inches of silt. The separation happens immediately in the collector. Stones are sent up through a deep pipe while the sand is sprayed back behind the machine. The stones are brought to the ship from a depth of 4,000 feet, separated from the water, and then sent to a land-based factory by shuttle. At the plant, the raw material is melted in a furnace and the molten mass is divided into 2 streams. The manganese silicate product goes to produce manganese metal alloys, while nickel, cobalt, and copper are sent for battery production for electric vehicles. 2 successful real-life tests have already been conducted to lift minerals from the depths using the special pipe. Scientists are currently assessing how the ecosystem recovers after the operation. If the results are satisfactory, the new technology will significantly simplify battery production, which is becoming increasingly in demand. Communication in the virtual world is more satisfying with tactile feedback when the senses are involved. But usually, you need to wear special gloves or hold a controller for this. With the Emerge Home, you can get tactile feedback with your bare hands while sitting at home. You only need a tabletop device, VR glasses, and a smartphone app. The tabletop device is about the size of a 13-inch laptop. It creates tactile feedback using ultrasonic waves. You can feel these sensations up to 3 feet above the surface with a coverage angle of 120 degrees. Just launch the app on your smartphone, customize your avatar, connect to the glasses, and choose an environment. The environment can be a beach, a room, or a restaurant. Then you can invite friends to a group chat where you can actually touch them, pat them, hug them, or shake hands. For more variety, the developers have created game rooms to have fun playing tactile tabletop games. A small rectangular frame made of aluminum and carbon flies 1,600 feet above the ground and generates electricity. How is this possible? The project was developed by the Technical University of Munich. The goal is to create a low-cost way to generate electricity from wind power that is cheaper than wind turbines. It has a lightweight frame which is equipped with 8 propellers. The structure, which looks like a drone, is so light that it stays in the air like a kite. To prevent it from flying away, a safety tether is provided. The wind spins the propellers, which immediately send the generated energy down to the ground through a cable in the tether. The device has far fewer parts compared to wind turbines, which require a lot of metal and tons of concrete for installation. This invention will cut the costs of generating clean wind energy by half. Aerospace company Boom Supersonic has unveiled its supersonic aircraft XB-1, equipped with 3D printed parts. Velo 3D printing technology allows creating lightweight and complex structures for aircraft from titanium. In total, the aircraft uses 21 components of the structure, engine, and environmental control system printed using this technology. Some components have walls as thin as 0.02 inches. Previously, printing titanium parts was considered a very difficult and almost impossible task, because it is a super strong metal that requires specific processing to maintain its qualities. Thanks to this technology, it is possible to create complex, lightweight, and super strong components for aircraft. The new XB-1 has already passed its test successfully and reached a maximum altitude of 7,120 feet at a speed of 283 miles per hour. This technology can be used in the construction of new aircraft and spacecraft. Thanks to the close collaboration between FIG and OpenAI, humanoid robot Figure 01 can now think independently and communicate with people in real time. During tests, the android demonstrated the ability to recognize speech, answer questions, reason, and follow human commands all at the same time. For instance, the robot listed items in front of it. And when asked if it could eat anything from the list, it handed the only edible item on the table, an apple.
Hey, Figure 1, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great, can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
It then explained its action logically and simultaneously executed the command to clean up the trash laid out in front of it.
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
According to developers, no one controlled the robot during the test, and the video was filmed in real time. IronLev made a breakthrough in magnetic levitation train technology by successfully testing their prototype on existing railway tracks. Their prototype traveled 1.2 miles autonomously, reaching speeds of up to 43 miles per hour. One of the main advantages of such transportation is that it doesn't require the construction of new railway tracks, significantly reducing project deployment costs. Additionally, thanks to special technology, these trains don't need constant electricity for levitation, further avoiding additional expenses involved in setting up new infrastructure. It's expected that in the future, these trains will weigh around 20 tons and reach speeds of up to 124 miles per hour. Americans are going to build the longest airplane in the world. At least, that's what Radia Company claims, as they shared plans for their unique aircraft called Windrunner. The length of this aircraft will be 356 feet, which is 106 feet longer than the current record holder, the Boeing 747-8. The plane's payload capacity will be 80 tons, and its main purpose will be transporting wind turbine blades to remote areas. Despite its impressive size, the aircraft will be able to take off and land on dirt runways as short as 6,000 feet. For comparison, a Boeing requires a concrete runway of at least 10,800 feet. As for the realization of such a massive project, the company claims they can build the aircraft in just 4 years. The Ministry of Defense of the United Kingdom demonstrated the classified long-range laser weapon Dragonfire in action. Tests were conducted at a special range in the Hebrides Islands in Scotland. During test firings, strikes were made against various aerial targets. Despite being fully classified, some information about this weapon is still known. The installation consists of a solid-state laser, which consists of beams of doped glass fibers. At the output of the optical fiber, thanks to a special beam combining system, light is transformed into a single powerful beam of light which hits enemy objects. The entire system is mounted on a turret and is additionally equipped with a special camera for target acquisition and beam correction. According to representatives of the department, the weapon can hit any visible target and is capable of hitting a coin from a distance of 0.62 miles. About 80% of the ocean floor worldwide remains largely unexplored. American company Ocean Infinity has decided to address this situation and has launched the Armada project, aimed at creating a fleet of 23 marine unmanned robot ships for deep-sea exploration. Equipped with various sensors, video cameras, microphones, radars, GPS, and all kinds of satellite communication, these unmanned ships will be able to quickly and efficiently explore the depths of the world's oceans for the purpose of subsequently deploying wind power stations or laying oil and gas pipelines. At present, one of these vessels is already undergoing test trials off the coast of Norway. It measures 255 feet in length, with a crew of 16 people. According to company representatives, this number can be further reduced in the future. For comparison, the crew of a classic ship of a similar class typically comprises 40 to 50 people. Austrian company Smartflower Energy Technology has introduced the world's first mobile solar power station made of carbon fiber. This setup weighs about 400 pounds and can be set up in just 10 minutes. Moreover, thanks to the use of composite materials, the power station cannot be detected by modern radar systems. This feature allows for safe use during military operations to power communication devices and other critical equipment. As for the technical specifications of the system, according to the developers, such a setup is 40% more efficient than similarly sized stationary solar panels, and can operate in both desert conditions and in snowy mountains. Water wheels have been actively used for various purposes since ancient times, even in ancient China. The company ORPC decided to revisit this idea and harness the power of water flow to generate electricity. As a pilot project, they installed the RivGen platform in the Canadian province of Manitoba. This system looks like a catamaran consisting of two pontoons with two turbine-like water wheels placed between them. When the pontoons fill with water, the entire structure sinks to the bottom and the wheels, driven by the water flow, rotate the generator rotor, producing electricity. For maintenance, water is pumped out of the pontoons and the structure is lifted to the surface. Unlike diesel generators, this system doesn't require fuel and consequently doesn't emit CO2 into the atmosphere. Weay Engine Corp has demonstrated the first jet engine without rotating parts on a UAV. Unlike old jet engine models, there are no mechanical control valves here. They have been replaced with digital control. The J1 impulse system has a curved elongated tube, and its principle of operation is as follows. An air-fuel mixture enters the combustion chamber. The combustion of the mixture and the movement of the explosive wave with enormous pressure along the tube create thrust. At the same time, a partial vacuum is formed behind the shock wave, sucking in a new portion of air and fuel, so the impulse operation of the jet is repeated. The new engine weighs only 18 pounds and is 64 inches long. It can run on gas, biofuels, ethanol. The absence of moving mechanical parts increases the lifespan of the power unit and improves operational reliability. City traffic cams are no longer a concern thanks to the new taxi, the City Airbus NextGen. It's a vehicle with a V-shaped wing equipped with 16 electric motors and 8 horizontal propellers. Everything runs on batteries and the cabin accommodates 4 people. The taxi can take off and move at a cruising speed of up to 75 miles per hour, with a maximum flight range of 50 miles. Moreover, the aircraft is quieter than a hairdryer or a vacuum cleaner. This invention produces zero emissions into the atmosphere and reduces noise pollution. Initially, it will be piloted, but everything inside the aircraft is designed for a transition to automated control. The new vehicle is intended for passenger transport, ecotourism, delivering medics to the scene of incidents, and transporting casualties to hospitals. Fish farms located near the shores are a serious source of pollution for coastal waters due to fish feed residues and fish feces. Placing them in open sea would result in their destruction by the first storm. Scientists Chen Min Wang and Jörg Baumeister solved both of these problems by creating a unique fish farm structure called Sea Fisher. One such module includes 12 fish pen sections and is attached to the seabed using suction cups far from the shore, where currents disperse fish waste into the ocean. The module's frame is made of sturdy polyethylene pipes that, in the event of a strong storm threat, fill with water and pull the entire structure underwater, where wave energy is much lower. After the storm passes, the water is pumped out of the pipes and the structure resurfaces. Here's another way to generate green energy using a kite. The company Ocean Energy has developed a system that produces hydrogen from wind power. The tests were conducted in sea harbors where strong wind currents are always present. The carbon fiber kites are stronger than fabric ones and lighter than metal ones. They float above the sea surface, transferring mechanical energy to a generator. The next step involves desalination technology for seawater, which is then processed through electrolysis. The result is hydrogen. it is stored in a tank and used as fuel for an engine. This innovation can be installed on ships, superyachts, and small boats. It increases their range because the vessels can recharge while moving across the sea. The technology generates twice as much energy as wind turbines and 3 times more than solar panels. Today, you learned about robots for remote surgeries, a titanium heart, ways to get water from the air, and alternative methods of energy collection. It was exciting and useful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, and to make sure you don't miss the next episode, subscribe to the channel.